Hello there, and welcome to Up and Running, how to make your Microsoft Fabric proof of concept a success in 5 minutes with Data Popcorn. So my name's Andy Cutler. That QR code will take you to my link tree where you'll find my company, my blogs, and all my socials there. I'd like to start with a statement. A POC, or proof of concept, is not a quick hack. And that was Matthew Adams from Engine, and that really rings true to me. Do not approach a proof of concept like some kind of hacking together. Treat it as a proper project. Now I want to shout out an existing Microsoft documentation resource, which is the Success by Design. You go to tinyurl.com, Synapse Design. I've used and carried forward these lessons into how I look at Fabric proof of concepts. So let's start with the proof of concept playbook, and we're going to prepare for the POC. So number one, you've got to identify your sponsors, who are both the technical and business people that are going to help you with this proof of concept. It could be the IT director, it could be the head of data engineering, it could be the finance director. Look at your blockers. Now these could be both technical and cultural blockers. Is there a desire for change within the business? Now, why are we doing this proof of concept in Fabric? What are we trying to solve? List down your pain points. It could be data ingestion times. It could be the tools that you're using. So find out why you're doing this. Now we're going to look at a high-level architecture. So how in Fabric are you going to be creating your Fabric capacities? How are you going to be creating your workspaces? How many of your workspaces are you going to be creating? What items are you going to be using within Fabric? Lake houses, warehouses. Make sure you get that high-level architecture mapped out as much as possible. What data are you going to use? It's probably not feasible to use all of your available data. So pick a data set. It could be a business area or a subset of a business area so that you can work with some real data. Now, when we look at migration considerations, look at things like moving data from where it is into the world of Fabric. Are there technical considerations in terms of firewalls or access and security? One of the most important things when you're defining a proof of concept is how are you going to judge whether the proof of concept has been successful? So set your goals. Be realistic in those goals though. Don't set dozens and dozens of success criteria and goals. Ideally, your proof of concept should really run for a minimal amount of time, 2 to 3 weeks at most. So set those goals realistically. How do you know whether you've actually met your goals? How do you know whether it's been a success? So create a testing plan. Now this can be a lightweight testing plan. You don't want to spend too much time within this initial proof of concept, but make sure you flagged those things that you can test correctly. It could be data set sizes. It could be row counts. Now, when we look at timelines, like I said before in that setting goals, be as realistic as possible and ideally as short as possible. You don't want things hanging around too long. You want to be able to create this proof of concept, run the proof of concept, close off that proof of concept as soon as possible. 2 to 3 weeks is the sweet spot here. And the last thing is the team. Who is going to be responsible? Who will be creating the high-level architecture? Who's the person responsible for getting the data? Who's going to be designing and developing the Fabric solution? Get those people identified as soon as possible. Hopefully, these 10 areas can help your proof of concept in Fabric succeed. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of Data Popcorn.